Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to look at ham radio bands and a frequency spectrum. So I'm going to explain my setup in a little bit. Let's just try to understand what some of the ham radio bands are and what is an actual electromagnetic frequency spectrum is. So before we move on to my setup, let me just briefly explain what that is. So this is known as an electromagnetic spectrum. All right, different frequencies are allocated for different purposes. So that's the idea behind electromagnetic spectrum. So anything you want to transmit in air, you have to have a frequency for it and you have to have a permission for it. Before you can transmit anything, you can listen to anything you want, but in order for you to transmit something, you got to have a permission from whatever the authority is. So FCC is the guy who regulates all the frequencies for different purposes. So frequency and wavelength, they are inversely proportional to each other. So if I were to write an equation for it, the best way to remember it, lambda, which is your wavelength, that determines the size of your antenna, is equals to c, which is speed of light, divided by frequency. So lambda and frequency, they are inversely proportional to each other. So if the wavelength is going to be very small, then the frequency is going to be very high. And if the frequency is very low, the wavelength is going to be very high. That determines the size of an antenna. So if you're working in a lower frequency band, what you're looking at, an antenna that has a longer size, because inversely proportional, because lambda is inversely proportional to your frequency. So higher the frequency is, the smaller the antenna gets. That's why you have high frequency antennas are generally smaller as compared to a low frequency antenna, which are much longer in length. So for different purposes, we have different frequencies. So we have extremely low frequency band, and that is less than 3 kilohertz, and then you have VLF, you have LF, and then you have MF. So these are just different spectrum region. Based on these spectrum region, you have different frequency allocation. Generally, when we are working with ham radios, we are actually broadcasting around VHF and ultra high frequency UHF bands, which is a very low frequency band. Very high frequency band VHF, somewhere around 30 megahertz all the way up to 300 megahertz, and then ultra high frequency around 300 megahertz all the way up to 3 gigahertz. Sometimes we're working with even lower frequency bands where the antenna tends to get very long, generally for shortwave communication and things like that. So that's the basic idea behind this. Always remember it, the higher the frequency is going to be, the smaller the wavelength. As soon as the wavelength gets smaller, the antenna size shrinks, and vice versa. Now, ham radio generally have listings like these. So you have different bands for different purposes. So for example, if you're working in a 70 centimeter band, you're definitely working in a frequency range between 420 to 450 megahertz, and generally for repeaters, FM, and digital communication. So popular bands are somewhere around 70-meter band. Then you also have some high band as well, like 160-meter band. That is somewhere around 1.8 megahertz all the way up to 2 megahertz. So these, now the frequencies are much smaller, and frequencies are much smaller, hence the size of an antenna is very long. So this size is actually the size of a wavelength, a complete wavelength, not half wavelength, just complete wavelength. So let me walk you through with the smaller calculation, and let me explain my setup as well. So before we move on to the calculation itself, let's look at the setup. We're visualizing both of this using two different hardware. First of all is your HackRF, which is actually plugged into my laptop. So we're going to use a software to actually visualize the frequency using this software. But on the right hand side, I'm using my Portapack. Now Portapack there's an application which is known as Looking Glass. Now this allows me to actually look at an entire spectrum. That's why it was getting populated. I just kept this thing running, and while I was explaining all of that stuff, so I can choose a minimum frequency of 1 megahertz. I can choose the maximum frequency of 6 gigahertz, which is actually the frequency of my HackRF Portapack. It goes from 1 megahertz all the way up to 6,000 megahertz or 6 gigahertz. Now this is an entire spectrum of this. So the center frequency is somewhere around. So if I were to put my marker in, so I'm visualizing somewhere around my center frequency is around 3000 megahertz. That makes sense. From 1 to 6, it makes sense. And then I can move this marker along this. So every line that you're seeing, this antenna is picking up that transmission. Now, this is a general purpose antenna. And as I explained earlier, the frequency changes, your wavelength changes. Based on your wavelength, your antenna changes. I'm just using this general purpose antenna that came with just to explain. But if you want to actually capture a particular frequency, for that particular frequency, you got to have a particular antenna for that frequency. So this is just to show you that, okay, if I were to move my marker quickly, so I can see this, there are like a lot of dotted stuff. There's transmission which is taking place. Let's move on to something that is familiar to us, somewhere around 2.4 gigahertz or something like that. So this is where your Wi-Fi is taking place, around this area. And you can also zoom into it as well. But I was just wanted to show you the entire spectrum, so I can be consistent with showing you electromagnetic spectrum from 1 megahertz to 6,000 megahertz, which is the most common spectrum that is being used. It's a very popular consumer band application, consumer band and spectrum that we generally use. So somewhere around this, you have your GSM, and somewhere around here, you can also zoom in on it. I just wanted to show you, if I were to zoom out from this, it will take a long time to populate this. It is continuously catching these frequency where this antenna, and then you're visualizing it, the entire spectrum. You can also tune into a particular frequency as well. A looking glass allows you to actually, you can go here and change this to different bands, and you can just please focus on that particular band, which I'm going to also show you using this HackRF, which is connected to my laptop. So while this thing is running, let's come back to this and do a quick calculation how you actually get these bands, which is, let's say, 70 centimeter band. So in order for me to find out, just know the frequency. And let me just quickly show you this. So let's just look at my calculator. Let's say I want to get this 70 centimeter band. How do you get this? Lambda is equals to C over F, speed of light over frequency. So that gives me this band in wavelength. So if I were to calculate this, so let's just look at 420 megahertz. So speed of light is 3 times 10 to the 8 divided by 420 megahertz. 420 megahertz would give me 0.71 or 71 if I were to move this two places, 1 or 2 or 70 centimeter band. Generally, they takes a higher frequency component. So for example, if I just wanted to show you 3 times 10 to the 8 divided by 450 e to the 6, so you are somewhere around 0.66. Generally, we are operating somewhere around 416 in this band range. So that's how you get this number. So for example, if you want to look at a 40 meter band, which is somewhere around 7 megahertz, you will perform exactly the same calculations. 3 times 10 to the 8 divided by 7 megahertz, and you get about 40 meter band, which is somewhere around 42. So based on changes in a little bit of frequency, you will get this band. So this is how generally they define this. That's how they are getting this band: 160 meter band, 80 meter band, and so on and so forth. They're just playing around with this equation, lambda is equals to C over F, which determines the size of your antenna. If you're using a dipole antenna, this is going to be divided by 2. If you're using a monopole antenna, this is going to be divided by 4, the number that you're getting. And based on this, you can determine the size of your antenna. Now, I can also use just like I showed you this, I won't be able to show you the entire spectrum using GQRX with the help of HackRF, because It requires a different set of which was actually not available to Mac OS platform. But you can tune into a particular frequency. So, for example, this is a general purpose antenna. So I can tune into a frequency somewhere around, let's say 935. I just want to show you because at 935 you'll get a good signal strength. So around 935. So as you can see this, I am seeing a lot of activity around this particular band, which is actually your cellular telephony. I can also tune into somewhere around 2.4 gigahertz. So this is there's also, you can see the spike. So this is somewhere around your Wi-Fi band. So you can individually tune in here, but using Portapack, I'll be able to actually show you the entire band, which looks something like this, which is amazing. Now, I'm gonna remove this from the screen now, and right now this is based on manual. So when I tune in, now I'm just focusing on 433 megahertz band. So now this is an aviation band. Now this is an aviation 118 megahertz voice band and 960 megahertz. So it actually, once you have changed this is Portapack has a built-in library that allows you to actually visualize this based on the band. So if this is an aviation band at 960, which means you get frequency range from 960 megahertz to 1215. If you also want to change this, you can also change this using this knob. You can change this to anything you want. So you can tune into an individual frequency just like we tune in here using our HackRF. You can tune into different frequency. You can also look at ADS-B, that is 1089 from all the way up to 1091. You can tune into all the ACARs, FM broadcasting. So this is FM broadcasting from 76 megahertz all the way up to 108 megahertz. If you want to tune into a particular frequency, you can always go ahead and use your marker to move around. So basically, this is a quick way of looking at your entire spectrum, and this is how you can actually determine what ham radio band that you're working with. This actually allows me to visualize the signal. This allows me to visualize the signal while with HackRF itself, I need to connect that to a laptop that is running a particular software that is showing you all of this. So I hope you find this video to be helpful. I hope you understand what ham radio frequencies are, what is an FCC, what is the electromagnetic spectrum. If you guys have any questions, just leave it in the comment section. And please don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. And thanks for watching.